Just find the right place in the program, make the appropriate change, and we'll run the whole thing again.
Speech is still very complicated. Music is simpler.
Is that a question?
Yes.
The question is futile.
My interpretation of the data leaves little room for error. The art of leadership is delegation. That information is not available. This constitutes all available data.
You know what they say, no good deed goes unpunished.
What do you do? You okay?
You know what they say, no good deed goes unpunished.
What's going on today? Let's just check we got some audio.
I must assume that your request is a frivolous one.
Morning, good morning Andy, how you doing? It's too hot to work in the day. I ain't been able to do one all week. Alright, bye. Just doing a stream. Oh well, yes, so how you doing? You're okay? Let me just check I got some audio. Did go wrong once. Yeah, seems okay, I think. Let me just check again. Just doing a stream. What, live? 59. Oh god, what's 59, mate? What's 59? The degrees? Yeah. I see on the news the gospel had high temperatures, isn't it? Yeah. So anyway, I just thought I'd come on and do a little bit, just little bits and pieces. No vibe coding. I've learnt a new term, vibe coding. It's where you cut and you copy and paste, get AI programming back, then you paste it, see if it works, and then you paste it back, and then it corrects it again. AI does, then it pastes it back again, and then you keep on doing it till it's fixed. Oh god, I got a good chap on who no good deed goes unpunished edition. Yeah, you get a lot of people asking questions and they don't understand it. They go, why are you doing it? It seems a waste of time to me. I'm just trying to find my no good deed goes unpunished. Where is it? You know, you can never find anything when you want it, can you? Yeah. Anyway, it's all good to me, I don't care. I just fall back on, I'm just making it for myself, and I live stream everything I do. Go and check the backlog of videos, you'll see. And I'll just make it available for anyone. Nobody's forcing them to use it. You know, oh, here it is.
You know what they say, no good deed goes unpunished.
Oh dear, it's funny. Yeah, what happens is if you give something away for free, if you try and sell it, you do fine. But if you give it away, I don't want it. It's free. It can't be any good if it's free. It's got to be rubbish for free. Anyway, yeah. So I hope you're all right, mate. Down there in the heat. We've had it here in the heat. This room, it's terrible. I haven't been able to get in this room all week with the heat. It's red hot now, and its windows are open, and whatever else is going on. Anyway, I just got AI to generate me a thumbnail this time. Cloud Cuckoo Land edition. That's that's some of the criticism is like, why are you creating this stuff? I can't see it. The writing's too small. Well, I say, well, on a 1080p monitor, it's twice the size of a real radio. So if you can see a real radio display, then surely, if it's twice the size, you can see this. And it's in a viewport, so we can extend it to the full size of your screen, in case you're on a laptop. Anyway, right, let's have an overview of what we've done. Excuse me. So far, it is late. I was asleep and I thought, oh, let's keep cool. Right, so what's going on here? Let's have a look. It's got a cable coming down here. A copper pipe, okay, so he's making a bit of an antenna. Yeah. That's a good one, isn't it? Bloody hell, I love that one. Oh, one of them. Right. Let's get on with it. Let's just pop that out of the way. Pop that out of the way and bring up the last thing we did. Let's have a look where we got to. So we sorted out the display, and I went ahead and made it a little bit clearer off screen. Rounded it up a bit. Not sure if it's a good thing or a bad thing. What happens if you do that? Yeah, so I'm not sure it's any better than the original one, but yeah. I haven't done it down there. See, that's actually clearer to read than that one, but yeah, that's a proper display. I don't know. So I want to do a few bits and pieces today. So when we scan, we need that to disappear. I need to open the door so we keep letting some air through. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. So let's have a little bit of an overview where we got to. So I'll stick the scope on. Well, we're just having a little overview. So we got, yeah, I went and put some info on here, so we can do a level. Now, if I'm on a level here, I can do not that. Just scroll the level up. See, I'm actually scrolling it up now. The value, so it brings the background noise up. I can alter the volume, I think. Don't know which way I go. Oh, that way. So the volume works in the RF gain. Yeah, it's working okay. I tell you what would be nice to have some filters. That'd be nice on here. Some filters. Yeah, so we could do some filters. We've got to get that working. Yeah, I was just about changing the thing on it. Anyway, I don't know if I'm a fan of this display with it being square like that, but anyway, it was probably okay as it was. But we've got what we've got. Let's see if we can find something. Oh, found a load of noise. I need to be able to click on here, say where the noise is, like that. it brings it into line, and then wipes it clean and does a sweep. There's loads of stuff to do. Yeah, there's loads of stuff to do on here. I have to chip away at it a little bit at a time. Right, so what do we do in the meantime? Let's find something to listen to. Just going to switch to my other radio. Yaesu FT891S. See if we can't find anyone. Kilo Oscar. Cheers and booze, mate. Cheers and booze. Right. Anyway, let's do a little bit. Of course, Visual Studio is going to ask me if I want to do an update again. And I'm going to say no for the umpteenth time. And there's no way of shutting it off. Stop it harassing you for an update. Being harassed to do an update. Right, let's carry on. Let's just run it up because I can't remember where I was. Yeah, I'm trying to get rid of this screen, wasn't I? That's right. Trying to get it to go straight into that other screen and got to perform this thing here. Let's try and do that. Yeah, display modes, that was it. So when we boot up, we're down here and we're setting up the display mode.
Well, that TL922 with the 3-500.
Switch display mode to boot up. So we need a boot up telling us what our call sign is and all the rest of it. But it doesn't seem to be working. Boot up 7. So we're going into boot up mode 7. So switch to display mode, doesn't seem to be working. Change display mode, boot up. If we're in boot up, we go to main. Find all references. We haven't got no references. Oh, we've got this one. Yeah, that's okay. There's only the one. So, what we need is a display mode for boot up. Ah, that's why, because we're doing a selected index. And because we have got extra indexes in there, yeah, we don't always get to where we want to get to. So, what we've got to do is make sure we've got enough tab items for the amount of index we've got. Kentucky. 73 from Kentucky. Say hello to Muhammad Ali for me. Right, he's gone, hasn't he? Oh dear no. Right. Yeah, so I don't know if I like this still, this new one. Anyway, yeah, it's a shame because that took a while to get programmed. Oh well. Right, so click over here. It should take us to the tab control. Now I'll need to switch by tab by something else. So we've got our tab control and we've got our first tag item, which is simulated waterfall. So we want to do that, tag it by a number instead of a name. So going back to this, we're switching it. Control tab selected index is to transceiver mode, right? That's okay if you've got them in the right index. But it's not okay if you've mixed them up. So, let's change the way we're doing that. How did I do it before? Just trying to think how I did it before. In my other program, how did I switch that? Let's put the other radio on it just to make the room a bit warmer. VHF, UHF. Nothing happening. Yeah, there's nothing on there, it's dead. Switch it off. So, we're doing it by a selected index, which is never good. That will switch to display mode. So if tab control select items, tag item, current item, get the tag, selected index, switching to a selected index, getting to tag item, and says it's switched to. Alright, that's getting the tag value. It's not really the best way of doing it. It does work, but it's just not the best way of doing it. So we're doing it this way. So we probably need a class, actually. We need a class to define it and set up the transceiver modes. Yeah. Let's try and control it a bit better. Let's create a class. Right, public class tab transceiver mode. There we go. Public int 32 ID. I'll just say int. Let's not be too technical. ID. Right, so we want a name. String name. Okay, we've got ID, which is the same as the tab item number. It's got the name, which gets displayed up on the system, and that is all we need. It's a shame, it's all we need at the minute. Okay. Seems a bit of a waste just for 2. So we'll go down here, we'll create some private void set up transceiver modes. So we'll have a dictionary. Let's have a dictionary. Why not? Let's create a dictionary. Right, so let's have a look at a dictionary. We've already done. Let's see if we can find a dictionary. somewhere around here. We created a dictionary, not yet. We have done somewhere. Oh, it is. Just need the structure off it. It's a read only, is it? No, it's not a read only. Just copy the structure off that. It's not an icat command, it's a try and see the modes. And this is an int. Okay. Okay, so we're going to call it try and see the modes. Dictionary. There we go. So what we're going to do, we're going to add that to. It's gone a bit quiet, isn't it? Right, so what we're going to do is just create a dictionary. We'll extend this, try and see the mode at some point. So we need to do set up try and see the modes. So in here we're going to add these, create the dictionary. So try and see the mode. TM equals. Actually, we'll just call it what it is. What's the first one? Let's just say boot up. Boot up equals a new. Try and see the mode. Do it in lines. This one's going to be 0, comma, and the name. Sorry, ID equals no. ID equals 0. Name. That's not doing it, is it? Equals a new transceiver mode. No, doesn't know what that is. Must have spelt it wrong. Oh, transceiver mode. There we go. Name equals boot up. There we go. So we've created that one. We need to add it to the dictionary. So I'll have to just check how we've added it to the dictionary. Read only dictionary. Oh, it's created them in line like that. And it's created them as a cat command and set them up like this. We're not quite doing them that way. So what we need to do is get the key value pair. So we need to do transceiver dictionary dot add. We're just gonna add a boot up. Oh, it wants that. Okay, so it wants you to put that number in. That's the key value pair. Yeah, okay. We can try it that way. We can try that. And do it that way for a change. Right, what's the next mode? So the main waterfall. That's it. And that's going to be ID2. We don't really need the class there, but I mean, we'll keep it there. ID1. There we go. And this is going to be main waterfall. So we want another one. We'll put them in order. We're going to use them. Right, so we've got station scope is next. Station scope. Actually, we should just renumber that. Renumber that actually into use the struct or the enum. We'll use this main waterfall. No, we want boot up first. Let's sort these out. We're going to renumber them all, so don't worry about it. Boot up is 0. Main waterfall is 1. Station scope 2, 3, 4. We've got some extra stuff. Right, so we'll start our other menus that aren't in the list higher up. We'll start them at let's just say 10, 11, 12, and we can get rid of boot up. Okay. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 11, 12. That'll do. So we've got transceiver modes. So we're going to do equals transceiver mode dot boot up, and that's a byte. Okay, so we're doing bytes, so we probably need to change to, let's just say int. Just to make it the same as anything else. Okay, so we've got boot up mode there. Okay, if we do them in the right order, it'll be the same. Okay, so we've got waterfall, waterfall, boot up, station scope, station scope. Let's do another one. What's next? Noise filters. Oh God. Noise filters, noise filters. Okay, let's do the rest. We've got to do the rest as well. There's a cable right under my toe annoying me. Dear. Oh dear. Let's just check the audio. Yeah, we're doing okay. Whew, it's warm, isn't it? Right, so we've got noise filters. And we want whatever else. CW decoder. CW decoder. Actually, going to call it something else. It's going to be more than just a decoder. CW, what's carrier wave? I'm going to call it Morse code. Morse code. Oh dear. Why is it playing me up today? Morse code. Morse code. There we go. Never ending, is it? Let's change that to Morse code. Morse code. There we go. Oh, and again. Morse code, Morse code, noise filters. Yep. Morse code, that's it. What else? Have we got more? Yeah, we've got more. We've got more. Right, we've got our function menu. Function menu. Radio ID check. So that's more like boot up, isn't it? Boot up, that is. Yeah, so we don't need that. That's part of the boot up. Cat command log. Yeah, we'll keep a log. We won't call it cat command log, we'll just call it log. We'll keep it like that for now. Function menu and cat command log. Okay, so that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different states so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different states so far. Okay, so we need to go ahead and change them in the tab simulated. So simulated waterfall, it's going to be tag 0. No, it's not. It's going to be tag 1. This is the main waterfall. So it's the main window really. Anyway, so we've got that one. Oh, go away. Right. Station scope is now tab 2, tag 2. Go away. Right, this is tag 3, tab item 3. This is 4. Just make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Function menu 10. Yeah, we can do that. Radio check. There's no such thing anymore. No such thing as a radio check. It's actually a boot up now. Command log. $11. Boot up is 0. So let's bring that to the top. Right, that one goes in there. So we've got 0, 1. 2. 3, 4, 11. There's 1 missing. Function menu. Right, so we seem to have our function menu somewhere else. It needs to go in there really. So let's find our function menu again. So it's got the main waterfall. Right, so we don't have our function menu as a tab item anymore. So, okay, so we must have our function menu in a different way. So it's not a tab item. Yeah, just a separate thing. So you've got transceiver mode is nothing to do with tab item anymore. Okay. You have to remember that. Transceiver mode is nothing to do with tab item. Nothing to do with tab item. Not strictly true, but yeah. Okay. So we need to make sure we're doing that. Actually, we don't need to do that. We just need to do. We don't need the constructor. It's a static class, so. Don't know if that'll get done. It might get done. Let's see if that'll get implemented when we run it. It's going to have a big problem now. because it's going to build this and half the stuff is not going to work. So we need to do some work on it. Some of the stuff's not going to work. Let's just see. Change display mode. Yeah, so let's turn it off there a minute. Right, just got to nip away for a second. Alright, we're back. Whew, it's warm again. Right, so we'll switch to tab by tag now. We're using that. Command log, okay. That didn't work, so forget that. Okay. Get rid of that. Switch to display mode. So we've got tab control. Transceiver mode. We don't need that no more. We don't really need that, so let's not have that. And don't need that anymore. Right, so selected index equals okay, so it'll be the name of the tab. tab control. So we're gonna do, oh, because we're static, hang on. We need to pass in, so we need to set this up actually. So we need to do, set this up. Okay, so we need to set that up, so we have to put that in down here. Have we got one here? No. Transceiver modes.
Thank you very much for calling in. Your thank you very much for calling me. Have a good day. Thank you. November 4, Sierra Alpha. Okay, very good. Thank you very much for calling me. Big signal. Your 5-man.
Set up the transceiver modes. That's fine. We need to pass in. Main window. Alright, we'll get rid of this static thing now. Okay.
I got up early today. Спасибо to you and warm regards to you and your family. Romeo 5, America, Julian, QSS. Foxtrot, Zero, Lima, Papa. Okay, let me ask you one more time. Kilo Foxtrot Zero, call me now. Kilo Foxtrot Zero, call me now, please. Zanzibar? Echo 1 Alpha Yankee Zanzibar. Okay, Kilo Foxtrot Zero, pull back again. Okay, stand by, please. Kilo Foxtrot Zero only. Kilo Foxtrot Zero only. Go now. Kilo Foxtrot Zero. Call me now.
Okay. Try and see the mode. Got to change that. So to try and see the mode as a dictionary. Let's get rid of the static. It can't no longer be that, so equals last transceiver mode. So got to break the code. Break the code for a second. Right, so we're gonna, there we go. That can be current transceiver mode. Last transceiver mode, okay. So selected index is transceiver mode, so how you doing? Right, so let's sort this out. Switch to display mode, transceiver mode. Selected index is transceiver mode. Yeah, that would work partially. No, we don't want to do that yet. So we don't know that yet until we've extracted it out of here. So cut that out of there. Try get the value. So we want selected index. Right, so we won't have a current tab yet. So it's no good doing that either. We'll try and get the value. So what we're going to do is grab that out of there. We need the current tag value, but that'll be the same as transceiver mode. So we'll put transceiver mode there. We'll bring that back out of there, and we'll put that, once we've got it, in here. Okay, and I'll come down here and put that in there and get rid of that one. Move the whole thing up. And set the transceiver mode. Current transceiver mode is, so we've got the tag. Try and get the value. Once we've got it, if it's a sign, we don't need to do it that way anymore. Tag value. We're getting it out of a dictionary. If it got it, it just need to make it equal the selected index equals the transceiver mode, which we're doing. We don't need that and that really, and we don't need that. So we need to make current mode. So we've got the value, selected index is that. So then we need to make, I'll do that at the end. Let's say current transceiver mode equals got transceiver mode dot ID. There we go. It's not liking that, so okay, so we don't need the ID. Send the whole thing in as one. Okay, that takes the name and everything. And the content label is the name. So we'll put the mode just above there in the order of the class designation. And we're changing to, okay, we'll just change to got transceiver mode dot ID. Switch to display mode, that's it. Okay, so current window mode is, so we've taken care of that bit there. Okay, so we're switching in the mode, sent the mode, we're trying to get it, got transceiver mode, switch to the selected index of the transceiver mode. That won't necessarily be true because I haven't put them in order on purpose. We haven't got them in order, we've got a jump. This is the cycle, so it goes from boot up to waterfall. Now I could put them in order, but I want to be able to select them at random. So, hence the dictionary. These will have to be changed shortly. So switch to display mode. So we try and get the value of display mode out, and the dictionary has been set up with those values, so I should be able to get it. Yeah, as long as we stick to the struct or enum, stick to the struct values, it should be able to get it. That's fine. So try and get the value out. Now the selected index, if we got it, it means, now the trouble is it won't be a selected index anymore, it'll be a tag item. Tag. So you got selected item tag. So I need to be able to select the tab item by its tag value and not by a selected index. Transceiver mode, which is that. Yeah, because if you haven't got an index there, if I jump from something to a gap, it'll come up with an error, so we can't have that. So we've got to have another way of switching. So we need to find a tab item from well, we need to go through them and find it. How do we do that? Selected item. So we need to get the tag. Yeah, that's the problem. I suppose we ought to just number them in order. Let's just number them in order. If we put them in order, then we're going back to what we had before. So tag 0. I'm getting tired now. I've got to get this working now before I can stop. And it's getting warm in here again, even with all the windows open. Even with all the windows open, it's still getting warm. Doors open, windows open. Oh dear, I need to invest in AC somehow. Right, let's just have a look. So we've got its tag item, which is also its same as its selected index. Yeah, I wasn't going to do AI vibe coding today, but I need a reference. Right, let's do it then. Ask Copilot, how can I switch to a WPF tab item from a tag? I'm not signing into shit, so forget that. Already signed in once. How many times do you want me to sign in? So what I need is a reference book and not AI. But if you go on Google, you get AI no matter what you want. Let's try and work it out ourselves. Right, let's try and work it out for ourselves. So we've got a random enum. And we need to switch to it via switch to display, try and get the value out. If it gets it, we need to switch to tab. It switches via its selected index. Gets or sets index the first time in the current selection and returns negative if the selection is empty. Okay. So it switches to -1 if it's empty. Okay, so we can check to see if it found one. And if it didn't, we still need to switch. Oh, no, not necessarily. Not necessarily, because it might not be to display mode instead of just a selected index. Okay. So we set it to that, and if it's gets or sets index of the current, or returns -1 if the selection is empty. So if we set it to that and it's empty, we can do a if. Trouble is, it might not be a selected index. So we only need to try, yeah, so we need to extend our class slightly. Up here. Alright, so we need a little value to indicate whether we're in the selected, we're in a tab item or not. So public has tab item. There we go. Public bool has tab item. There we go. That's it. That's how we tell it. So we're going to go boot up has tab item. What have you done that for? Did it then? Has tab item equals a boot up. Yeah, it's true. Okay. So we've got a tab item, that's fine. Right. Waterfall has a tab item, yes. Station scope has a tab item, yes. Filters, yes. Morse code, yes. Function menu, no. Doesn't have a tab item. Cat command log does not have a... Oh, it does. True. Okay, so we're coexisting with the... Okay, so that's good. So we'll do a bit of a... Yeah, this is good. If I got transceiver mode dot has tab item, we'll do this, switch the tab item like that. And if it's got a tab item, we switch to it. And the selected index is the same as the transceiver mode. Right, okay. So we're able to switch if it's got a tab item. If it hasn't, it ignores it. The transceiver mode changes to got transceiver mode. That's fair enough. Main window, transceiver mode label content is, yeah, the transceiver mode name. That always holds true, yeah. Apart from when it's switching a tab item. Yeah, the tab item stays. So we'll have a side effect where it'll say function menu, but it's overwritten anyway, so that's fine. Okay, we've got to do something else when we press function menu. That's okay. So if it has a tab item, we do this. So I think that stays the same. The current content label, probably we'll leave that there. Right, okay. Is that enough? So we're going to switch display mode. Okay, so this one needs this. Pass it in. And switch display mode needs to be referenced this way now. Switch display mode. Right, so get rid of that. We're going to start in boot up mode. Okay, that satisfies that. So the boot up screen. Right, there's going to be more problems on the display mode here. So we don't need that to be static anymore. So what this needs to be is a toggle display mode. Okay, we don't need that anymore, or that. I just need the display mode. Okay. So we do need all that? Not really, we just need to issue that command there. That'll take care of it for us. Yeah. Just switch the actual value and go to display mode. Transceiver mode. So we're switching transceiver mode. Okay. So that could just be same again there. Switch transceiver mode. Toggle transceiver mode. And switch to transceiver mode at the bottom. Regardless, we'll just tell it what we want. So if we're in boot up, we go to main. Main waterfall. Transceiver mode. That'll be current. Current transceiver mode. Alright. So current transceiver mode dot ID is equal to boot up. Transceiver mode. So we need to change the whole mode actually. Yeah, this doesn't do the trick anymore, so we need to get it out of the dictionary. Try get a value. So switch to transceiver mode. So all we've got to do is make transceiver mode equals, we've got to get the value out. Try get the value. So we don't need to, we don't need to do it that way. So what we need to do is just switch the transceiver mode. Alright, so make a little value here. Okay, we could come in on one and out on another, I suppose. Right, so we'll use transceiver mode. If transceiver mode is equal to boot up, then okay, so we're just translating the transceiver mode. Transceiver mode, send it to the next one. That'll do. We'll do that. Use the same variable. It's probably not a good idea, but I don't see why not. Okay, so we've got main waterfall, Morse code now, and Morse code, and then back to main waterfall. Okay, so then switch the display mode, that should do it. So if we're in boot up, we change to main. If we're in main, we change to stage scope. If we're in stage scope, we change to noise filters. If we're in noise filters, we change to Morse code. If we're in Morse code, we go back to waterfall, and it's all done with this switch to display mode. Actually, it's no longer a display mode. Switch to receiver mode. There we go. Switch to transceiver mode. Toggle transceiver mode. Switch to transceiver mode. Okay, that ought to sort that out. Just change that to that one. That's it. Okay, so we're going to start with a boot up. There's going to be some broken parts here somewhere. Let's just try and see if it'll build. It shouldn't. Yeah, it shouldn't recognise. If anything else is, yeah, something's relying on this. So let's go through it. Right, there is no such thing as transceiver mode now. So we're going to have to fix that. Switch transceiver mode. So it's current transceiver mode, and we don't have it's not static anymore, so we need to do main window dot and it will be transceiver display modes dot doesn't know what that is, so obviously didn't make it public. No, didn't make it public. There we go. Current transceiver mode ID. Okay, so we've got does not contain a definition. Yeah, there's no radio check, so that'll be part of the boot up now. So we've changed that. That's got to be moved to. Is there a boot up? No. Yeah, so we don't have a boot up, so the first one will be boot up. So we boot up, we show our call sign and information about the radio, software version, all the rest of it. Then we want main waterfall. So probably could do with changing that as well. So we've got station scope, noise filters, then we've got Morse code. Okay. Everything else looks good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different modes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different modes, and then 2 extra modes. Okay. Alright, here's another one, outgoing data loop. Same again. So we're basically main window dot transceiver display modes dot current transceiver display mode ID and boot up and main waterfall And we've got station scope, noise filters and Morse code. Okay. Right, doesn't know what mouse down change display mode is anymore. Okay. So that's a toggle. Needs to be toggle display mode. This one here. So we go back to that. So we're going to go transceiver mode. So right, so it's transceiver modes. Dot toggle receiver transceiver modes. Display mode. Dot the tab control item, and we just want to change it to toggle the mode, so we don't have to pass anything in. Okay, so we need to set current, so transceiver, we'll toggle it from the current one. Mode dot current transceiver mode ID. Okay, that sorts that one out. Right, let's just copy that for the next one. So we're in main window again. Current transceiver mode dot ID function menu. Main waterfall. Okay. It wants to do that. Okay, we'll let that do that. And that again. Right, okay. Oh, seem to have forgot what we're trying to do all of a sudden. Okay. Okay, we're getting there, so somewhere. Right, last transceiver mode. Okay, so we need to do something. Oh, it's done it. Yeah, that's okay. Right, so I need to do something with a selected index. Selected index is a function menu. Now that will never work because there is no selected index for the function menu. Although there's a transceiver mode. Okay, yeah, that's okay. Right, so what's this one doing? Selection, knob, preview, mouse up. Okay, so if the selected index equals the function menu. We need all that now. Bloody hell, it's getting warm in here again. Shit. Oh my god. Let's just check the audio. We need all that now. Bloody hell, it's getting warm in here again. Shit. Yeah, bloody hell, it is getting warm. Christ. What is going on? Right, so selected index cannot be that. So what are we actually doing? Tab control visibility is hidden. When the tab control comes up. So selected index doesn't actually matter there. So take that out. Set the transceiver mode. Current transceiver mode. Right, then we go into here. ID, it's function menu. Transceiver mode is current, is last transceiver mode. And selected index function menu, so we don't need to change that anymore. We'll see how it goes. Right, so okay. Oh, I think we've pretty much finished. This call is not await execute. The current method continues till the call is complete. Memory slot swap this. That's fine, I don't mind that happening. Right, let's build again. See if we have not brought it back to existence. Here we go. Ah, we're on boot up. We're on boot up screen. That's it. That's what we want. So we toggle it. Nothing happens. Toggle again. And something happens. And we toggle again. And again. And again. We're still on the wrong thing here. It's not toggling with us. Okay, so we've broken something. Let's sort that out next. Toggle display mode. Set transceiver display mode. Switch to the mode. So the label content is the name. So it should always get the name. Ah, so why? So we're toggling. So it doesn't like the name. Right, so we're probably toggling. We're toggling without. We're toggling off this button here. But we must be doing it in code there instead of doing it properly. Go to the definition. Toggle the display mode from the current ID we're sending in. Okay, so we'll go to toggle the display mode. So if it's boot up, we do waterfall. Maybe we've never set the mode. Maybe we've never set current display mode. Find all references. So we've got a reference there. Incoming data, outgoing data. Toggle the display mode. We've got it there. We're doing some switching on it, but we're not actually setting it. So we're changing it there. We're changing the ID. Transceiving the function menu is ID. So we don't want to be doing that from there. We want to be doing that from the switching. So when we're in here, if we're in this mode, if it's not equal to the function, then we we hide the tab control and we switch the make the function tab visible. Yeah, that's right. And we set the last transceiver mode to current transceiver mode. Yeah. Then we set the display mode. So what we should do is change the display mode there properly, not through here. So yeah, we need to just tell it that we've swapped it. So okay, so we go toggle transceiver mode, and we want what we're toggling it to, the function menu. That's what we want. And then we go back, we're making that visible in a hidden. Current transceiver mode is the last one. Then we're doing that. Okay. The current transceiver mode, but we're not actually switching, are we? We need to switch that. That's toggling. Toggling it, and then we're going to go back to the last one. So we need to switch it back. So instead of doing that, we'll switch it back. Switch to transceiver mode. Last transceiver mode. Last transceiver mode ID. So yeah, that'll switch it. Yeah, so switch it back again. So we don't need that. We don't need that. Okay. Right, that should do that trick. So transceiver mode, when you switch, it needs to change the content, which it is doing. If it's in the list, which it should be. If it's not in the list, you could say it's not found. Right, let's do an else on it. So it's not found. Okay, just to tell us it's not found. So now we're toggling it and we're doing the switch. Yeah, that should work. Let's see what happens. So switch it on, boot up mode. So we're in boot up mode, but it's showing simulated waterfall. So that's not right. So it needs to be switch to transceiver mode, which we're going straight into boot up. We're in boot up, so that should do the label. Try and get the value. Boot transceiver mode, boot up. So it's doing the boot up. If it's got a tab item, it has got a tab item, boot up mode. Selected index, right, hang on, that's going to be a problem. So selected index is 0, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cat command and function has got no. We could do cat command. Maybe we will. So cat command. It has a tab item. No, it should be false. That should be false. Okay, so we've got cat command, function menu, Morse code, station, yeah, and boot up mode. So why didn't it do? Is it because we didn't we switched? Oh, we don't need that there. So when we boot it up, we're switching, set up transceiver modes, but we're not switching to it. So that was set up, and then we're switching to it there. For some reason, it's not coming up. It should be coming up boot up. So that there, tab control description label. Are we setting the wrong one? So we're not actually doing anything with it. Transceiver mode label content. Right, okay, so we're doing. It's the wrong thing. So what is the transceiver mode label content? Don't know. Is it that? Is it that? Okay, I don't know. Let's find that one. Find all references. Finding files. Where's it gone? Why are you not putting that there? Finding files. Okay. We've got this thing. Right. Okay, so that is. Yeah, so we're using it there. Using it anywhere else? There it is. Oh, it's that one. So we've got that going on there. Do we need that? Yeah. So we also need to change that one. Fair enough. So we need to go main window. We've got 2 labels, that's why. Never duplicate data. That's what happens. I'll get rid of one in a minute, decide which one we don't want. Right, so that should now change the label to whatever mode we're in. So we're in boot up mode now, and we're in boot up mode down here, so we've got 2 labels. So toggle that. We don't actually be able to fit it on there, so that was a remnant from an earlier time. Station scope, noise filters. I like it there though, so but can't always fit it. So we need a small name and a long name. That's what we need. Let's do a small name and a long name. So we got name, and we call this a short name, and then you got your, I suppose we'll have to call it a long name. Short name and long name. So change these to long names, and we can also put a short name in. So short name comes first. So short name equals comma. I think boot up was fine, wasn't it? It worked out okay. Just where you got a long one, you got to be a bit careful. Right, so this one's going to be, I'll just call it waterfall. Stations, I don't know. Filters. Morse code probably stay the same. Or Morse. And functions. Function, I don't know. Cat log. There we go. So we've sort of sorted all them out. Let's start again and have a look. Oh, 3:33. God, it's gone quick, hasn't it? Right, got a bit of a problem here. We'll change the name of stuff. So the short label is the short name, and that's the long name. I think that's all we need. So I got boot up, waterfall, main waterfall, station scope, stations, noise filters, Morse code, Morse, main waterfall, back again. And it's found the FT891 because we booted up. Yeah, let's just start again. So it should, as soon as it boots up, Got an anchor call sign, and it's an FT891. The radio ID, yeah. All good so far. But this needs to time out after a certain time, and then switch to. That needed 2 clicks. 3 clicks. So why did that need 3 clicks? So I need to look at that again. So it needs to time out. So boot up needs to time out after so many seconds and goes to main. It did that time. That's weird, isn't it? That is as weird as hell. Right, let's try it again. So click that, nothing happens. Nothing happens. Ah. See, it didn't work until I got onto filters. So I need to have a look at this. That is weird. Right, I'm not sure what's going on there. We'll have to have a look at that. Whew. So we're in boot up mode. And I click here, nothing happens. I click there, nothing happens. And suddenly I click here, and then I can click anywhere else. So there must be something covering this. Yeah, it's got to be something covering it. Ah, so the boot up mode. Let's go to boot up mode. So we need to select boot up mode. So the first one is boot up mode. So we need to say background is pink. Okay. So it's not covering that. There's no problem there, so let's have a look. Something's covering the button up. Well, let me click it. Although it did after a while. That was the most weird thing I've ever seen. Let's just see if we can click one of the other buttons. Try one of these. No. There's definitely something covering it. So, that's a weird one. A weird one on me. So it's not that. What else would it be? Width and height. So it's not that. Is it because I'm not selecting the selected index? Got tag 0. I don't think we need the tag items anymore. Although we're just telling it which one. Selected is selected is true. Yeah, well actually we've got a pre-programmed item in there which is probably causing us a bit of a problem. We shouldn't have anything selected like that. got something down here. Height. So the band user control. No, that's okay. Right, so right, let's just see what happens if now we took that selected index out. His selected thing now. Right, so we're on this. No click. No click, no click, no click, no click. Got click. Okay. We're in boot up still, but we aren't able to click there. Now we can. Now we've clicked on that. That's weird. Strange, very strange. So, I don't know what's happening there. Why did that suddenly go down to nothing? Oh, because there's no aerial on it. Let's turn that one radio off. Okay, let's try again. Okay. So somewhere we're doing something with the button. Them are okay. Right, let's just switch off and switch on. Can I do that there? Yeah. Can I do that? No. Can I do that? No. I touch that. Nothing happens. I go here. Nothing happens. I go down here. Nothing happens. I double click. Nothing happens. I come down to here. I can click. So something weird going on there. Let's have a look. I've got canvas. So what we need is to, oh, it's transparent. Ah, transparent. Right, so we have a problem with transparent. Are they all transparent? Yeah. Is that transparent? Yes, they're all transparent, so they're not hit test visible. Alright, let's just create tooltip toggle function. So is hit test visible equals true, which it should be, but not if it's transparent. So let's not make it transparent. I've had this problem before, you know. So let's just try it. So we go hash I don't know, 66 and grey, so 222222. Okay, so we've made it a grey colour. Let's just try that. See if that cures anything. It might be the Z index. Alright, so we'll go straight to this and nothing. Nothing. Oh, now it starts. That's weird. So, I think what's happening is yeah, don't know what's happening. That's a weird one. That made no difference. So, what about its Z panel index 1? Let's try that. Right, object reference not sent. Right, so it's found something. Not set to an instance of an object was null. It's just received. It's received some data from the radio. Probably switched it off. I don't know what happened there. Right, so oh, that worked straight away now. I don't believe it, so we'll try it again. Task cancellation exception. Okay, so I'll go straight to this, and it's working. Now this one shouldn't work, and that one works as well. That's weird, isn't it? Let's change to okay. That's weird. So can we get rid of these two? Make it transparent again. Hit this visible will be true by default. Just make it on top, so it obviously wasn't on top. It used to be on top. Right, so here, let's try this. I haven't touched this. These don't work. This one should work. Yeah. Okay, that's fair enough. Right, so all we need to do is just put that in with the buttons. Make sure our buttons are always on top. These didn't have a problem for some reason. Got to make sure they're all the same. I don't want this problem again. It's very warm in here again. Okay, and we've got this one. And this one. This one. and this one. Although that might override that one, so we'll leave that one. Okay, power button. Okay, let's try them out. Well, I'm getting thirsty and tired now, so I have to knock it on the head in a minute. Oh, we've been going for 2 hours. It's 10 to 4 in the morning. Can you believe that? So I've done what we wanted to do. So we started in boot up. We've got the ID. Welcome to the software. Current owner of the software. And we can switch to waterfall. We haven't got a timer in there. It should switch automatic on a timer. So only display that for so many seconds. We'll do that next time. See if there's anyone on other bands. I need to frequency. We need to change it. We haven't got any way of changing the frequency other than doing this. So I have to manually go down it halfway and then switch on the band scope. Oh, change the span. Span needs a bit bigger. Oh, I'm out of drink, so I'm gonna have to call it a day. Alright, let's have a look. Oh, I don't know. Can't seem to, need to be able to stop that. Stop the scope if we change something. Right, okay, anyway, I've had enough for now, I'm going to bed. So, what have we done? We've given ourselves a boot up mode. Let's just upload that, changes to boot up, etc. Okay, close that down, run it up on its own. There you go, so it'll boot up. It's got that one. Why's that? Got that one. Okay, let's scan. So it hasn't actually got a. It's not designed to be in this mode for long, because the idea is you're supposed to switch to this one, it gets the frequency off the radio, and then you can do the scan. Okay, so we'll have to have a click on here so we can type in the frequency we want to get on. Alright, let's do a scan. It's empty. Anyway, I've had enough. Oh, I can't stop it. I need to build in a stop. Yeah, I could close it that way. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for tonight. Thought I'd better get one in because I haven't done one. It's been too hot all week. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.
Just find the right place in the program, make the appropriate change, and we'll run the whole thing again.
Speech is still very complicated. Music is simpler.
Is that a question?
Yes.
The question is futile.
My interpretation of the data leaves little room for error. The art of leadership is delegation. That information is not available. This constitutes all available data.
You know what they say. No good deed goes unpunished.